This is how I created the Pascal triangle. First, I started by creating a public class named Pascal triangle. And next, I declared the main method, and this is the starting point for the application. Here, I'm declaring an integer variable named n and assigning it a value of 11. And this represents the number of rows in Pascal's triangle that is going to run. This line here declares a two-dimensional integer named triangle, and this array is going to store the values of Pascal's triangle. The array is initialized with a size n by n to ensure that there's enough space for all the values, although not all of the spaces will be used. This for loop iterates over each row of Pascal's triangle. The loop variable I represents the current row number. For every row in the triangle, it's going to start with 1. So this line just sets the first element of each row to 1. This nested for loop iterates over the elements in the current row. And the loop variable j represents the current column number. This line calculates the value for the current position in Pascal's triangle. Each value, except for the first and the last value in each row, is the sum of the two values directly above it from the previous row. This line calculates the width of the largest number in the last row of the triangle.
The value is converted to a string to determine its length, and then three spaces are added for padding. This for loop iterates over each row of Pascal's triangle for printing. And this nested for loop adds spaces before each row to center the triangle when printed. This line prints out a space character. This nested for loop iterates over each element in the current row for printing. And this line prints the current element of Pascal's triangle, making sure that it takes up a space of max width. This keeps the numbers aligned evenly in the triangle. And then finally, this prints out all of the elements and then moves the cursor to the next line so that the triangle can continue to complete itself. And that is the end of the code for the Pascal's triangle. Okay, finally we're going to run the code. And this is what it looks like when it's ran.